the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Lakers in Los Angeles. And for Los Angeles, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And for the Houston Rockets, everyone wondered how Chris Paul and James Harden, two ball-dominant players, would complement each other. Shaq, your thoughts?
Both.
What's that?
Both can create.
Okay.
Both can play off the ball.
True.
And both just want to win.
Okay.
Both.
I like that. Both. But, you know, Paul always said he's excited to play off the ball, but I wasn't sure how it was going to work. He typically hadn't done that. But, James Harden, great floor leader, leadership skills, have really picked up over the last 2 years.
You weren't sure how it was going to work out.
No, it wasn't.
That makes both of us.
Yeah.
Both of us. Kevin Harlan. Just about time for the tip, thankfully.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, and a wonderful surprise for all of you tonight. Sitting along courtside with legendary Kobe Bryant. Kobe, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of the team.
You're still a fan, aren't you, even though you're retired?
100%.
So for the Lakers, their last game a win against the Trailblazers in Portland. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Yeah, and from the start, Greg, you could tell they were ready to go. Loved how fearless they were, confident, aggressive, attack mode. They don't care where the games are played. They're ready to get it done.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, we know how much of a trailblazer LeBron James has been. He's taken charge of his own free agency to ensure that he is almost always on a contender. He has made it clear he has no interest in being around mediocrity. Kevin?
You're right, D.A. He wants rings and nothing less. Let's talk about something that I know fascinates basketball fans, Kobe, having that competitive streak, which is something that runs deep for you. Talk about the desire to dominate and completely destroy your opponent.
Well, it's the spirit of competition, right? I don't think you're doing anybody any service by going out there and competing half-hearted, right? If you truly respect the person that you're facing, then the right thing to do is to compete as hard as you possibly can against them to bring the best out of them. And that's on both ends of the floor. You can't be a one-way dominant player. You can't just compete on the offensive end and take it off on the defensive end. You got to play both sides of the ball.
Your motor never stopped. I mean, that's from our perspective on the sideline, watching you play on both ends of the floor, like you said.
Yeah, you got to keep going. And to do that, you have to train really, really hard in the off-season. Man, that's a lot of conditioning. It's a lot of weight training, right? You have to train in extraordinary ways in order to do extraordinary things.
All fueled up and ready to go. Second is on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Rockets, the engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Ennis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. Here's Paul. Harden outside. The 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Harden's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Rockets. Outside Rondo. He kicks it to Ingram. LeBron outside. This one for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. James has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Ennis. Capella with a screen on James. Ennis passes to Paul. Here's Capella. Goes up with it again. And at last, they get one to fall.
Well, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass, and because of that, he can hurt you on the boards.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Portland.
And, you know, Kevin, his creativity really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
Clock is at 3. Here's LeBron. They get it back. And McGee kicks to James. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look from outside off the mark. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's contagious. Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. And for those of us who have never played at this level, it must be a thrill to contend against the best in the world. And also with that comes a lot of pressure. How do you handle the balance between enjoying the game and the pressure that's on you in the game?
I've never felt pressure. I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, you'll have moments where you'll make game-winning shots and it's fantastic.
Never nervous.
No. There are times where you'll miss it and then people won't like you very much. But then the next game you hit a game winner and everybody loves you. And then you miss the next one and everybody don't like you again. Right? So why would I stress out over quote-unquote pressure? It doesn't make any sense to me.
How about the responsibility to your teammates and to your own built-in pressures to perform like Kobe Bryant?
Even that, right? Yeah. Even that. There'll be games where you make them and your teammates are thanking you for it. Times when you miss it, your teammates are like, dang, man, you got to do better. Right? So it's ebbs and flows all the time. And internally, I just do what I practice. So there's no reason for me to be nervous or apprehensive because I've done this shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I just have to do it one more time.
Now Rondo. James Harden missing on the 3. Rondo with the ball. Chris Paul covering. LeBron with a screen on Harden. Back to James. Stolen by Harden. Pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find it. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Now here's James. He picked up 24 points in the last one against Portland.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Paul goes in. Ingram with the steal. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Over Ennis. James, no good. Houston in the lead. Lob pass to Capella. And the layup's good off the glass. Capella's got 6.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm. High percentage quality shots.
Boom! That's how you attack. And there's no question that James was one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Harden, that's good. Kobe, you love to take over a game. You're scoring everything you did. Who are the players you faced who held their own against you defensively, that were always something maybe you really enjoyed playing because you knew they were so good defensively?
Tony Allen, he was my all-time favorite to go against. I love to go against Tony.
Monster.
He didn't ask for any help ever. It wasn't like, I'm going to send Kobe down here and come for the trap. He wasn't asking for help. He was like, no, me and you. No matter how many times I hit him, no matter how many times I scored him, he was still there every single time. And I love competing against him. Raja Bell as well. I love competing against Raja.
Yeah, there were some battles with you and him when he played with Phoenix.
Yeah, because there was no back down there, right?
None.
Eric Snow, Bruce Bowen, I liked a lot. He played the game differently. He tried to frustrate you, you know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate enough to go against some really top defenders. Kawhi, I didn't get a chance to see much. It was later in my career.
That would have been a good matchup.
I would have loved it.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made that layup.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
First trip to the line for him here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
That free throw, no good.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better and better.
and that drops, so they now lead by 1. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Tipped away. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Looking for Ingram. He gets it in there. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he's on the money. There's no doubt. Now here's Ennis. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 5. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
What a terrific finisher he is for an undersized player. Chris Paul doesn't let anything throw him off.
In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Lakers.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Ennis. And that one falls for Paul. Kobe, in other sports, I mean, people always admired the mind of Peyton Manning playing in the NFL. Tom Brady, the way he thinks the game through. I compare you to that. Did you have that same kind of fascination in other sports with the great players that were similar to you in basketball?
Yeah. We used to get together. I remember the first time I met Peyton was at an Orlando Magic game. And came in the locker room. We just started getting started. I was asking questions about his process and stuff. We started going to, like, cover 2 and and I was like, and he went on for like a good 5 minutes. When he was done, I said, Peyton, I don't understand anything you just said, right? But he spoke at a level of detail that was beyond fascinating.
You were impressed by that?
Yes, which then leads to more questions. Like Tom and I talk often about that stuff too, and how much we love the game, how much we love the process and the attention to every little detail. It's fun to be around, no matter the industry.
Here's Ball after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Here's James, and the Lakers with another miss.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And you have to have an appreciation of the ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
Here is Paul after the basket by Los Angeles. Pass to Anthony. Down low. And the dunk by Capella.
6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. McGee is screened. James, the pass to McGee. He got right to the cup using that screen. McGee's got the game tied up here for the Lakers. Harden with it. 26 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend it.
They get the rebound. Here's Capella. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 10 points for Clint Capella.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
James kicks to Ingram, and Hart has it in the corner. Ingram outside. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And checking out the numbers for Lonzo Ball, he had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 10 points a game, 7 assists and 7 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Snatched up. Capella. McGee with the block. And here is Ball. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. The Rockets also changing it up. Nene comes in for Clint Capella. And Eric Gordon subbed in for P.J. Tucker. Kuzma against Nene. And here's LeBron outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Houston the other way. Kobe, a lot of teams now playing a more spread-out offensive style. You played with a spread four and Robert Horry, Lamar Odom. You also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
That doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle you keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, every puzzle is built different.
Right.
Right? And you just try to do what you can with what you have. So it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to adapt now what's on your roster.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you, you know, and understanding what they need. It's not what you need. It's what do they need. And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have on their roster.
Great description. Beasley's checked in for the Lakers. And Stevenson comes in for James. 8 away. And there's the call on the net. That is his first foul of the game. Lakers trail by 4. Now Stevenson passes it to Kuzma. Kicks to Beasley. Plays it up and banks it in.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Anthony. There's the pass to Green. Tries again. It's deflected, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's touched by Beasley. Here's Anthony. 9-point game his last outing. Just 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Gordon. The 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And the Rockets lead by 5.
And really, the three-point shot is Gordon's specialty, Kevin. When he squares himself up, there's a real high chance he's dropping it in.
In the corner, it's Stevenson. Ball against ball. Beasley, the pass to Kuzma. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, once Kuzma has the position he wants inside, he does his thing fearlessly.
Joby, I can only imagine the hours you spent studying the legends who came before you, Michael Jordan, and probably other players as well.
Well, yeah, because you have to ask yourself the question is, why are these moves that are being executed working?
Right.
It's not good enough just to look at them and say, okay, they work. I'm going to go out and try to do the same thing. That's not good enough. You have to try to understand why they work. And in other situations, why didn't they work?
But I always thought, too, you put your special spin on it. You followed this roadmap, but then you took the exit ramp and then put your own spin, own feel on the move or play.
Well, yeah, because we both had different teams, right? He had a different cast of characters that he played with. He had a different role, a different responsibility than I had on my team. So I've had to kind of adjust those things in the timing of our games and when we attack and when we facilitate and all those different things. But the basics of the game remain the same, whether it's myself, whether it's Michael, whether it's Jerry West, those things are all consistent.
So Anthony nails both of them.
You know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Now, here's Ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Anthony. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Stevenson kicks to Kuzma. Stevenson finds in. The feed to Beasley. To Stevenson. Here's Kuzma. That ball. High speed that time from Stevenson. Kuzma's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, body him up all you want. It doesn't bother Kyle Kuzma. He's got great competitive spirit and skill.
Anthony, the pass to Gordon. Nene, the screen. Gordon inside. And by Beasley. You can't get that one. Ball kicks to Kuzma. And Hart has it in the corner. Beasley against Nene. Kuzma passes the ball. Poked loose. Here's Paul. Shoots it up. No good on the buzzer beater. Clint Capella has been leading the charge for the Houston Rockets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Rockets came close, but Chris Paul still convinced this team has what it takes to win a title.
I'm in the wrong business if I didn't think we could win a title. I think we still got a lot of ways to go. We got a lot of work to do, but that's the fun thing about it right now, is to know that we're not there.
And his ability to stay positive, Greg, and stay at it, so admirable.
Yeah, and one of the best point guards of all time. You know he's hungry to break through and win a championship.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Gordon is at the 2 with Green playing the 3. Chris is out there with Nene, and it's Paul in at the 1. And league-wide, we see the growth of advanced analytics. So, Kobe, when you saw some of those advanced measures come into play, was there any particular thing that ever struck you as, well, that's strange, I never thought of that before?
There was one time, I think Shane Battier was talking about the film or something like that. He was using analytics to do it. He was expressing how it was tough because I was 50% attack to the right, 50% attack to the left, which was awesome to see that numerically. And I'd always try to consciously do that and be aware of that.
To mix up your game.
Yeah. But it was cool to be able to see how the numbers could break down the game to that level of detail. It's fascinating.
To the middle. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Take note of the work they've done on the offensive glass. Guys, they've got a ton of putbacks.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And the Lakers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. He hits the second from the line. And so it's Houston with it. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
And young point guards can learn a lot from Paul. The way he handles the ball is remarkable.
Rondo kicks to Beasley. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. To the paint. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for Houston.
It's been the guards who dominated the ball, but really in a good way, creating opportunities for their teammates, and that's something they'll look to continue here down the stretch.
Now here's Paul. He has 5. Great 50 that time from Rondo.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And they say the capacity for work is one of the great indicators for an NBA prospect. That motivation. Kobe, I can't believe you had a lot of trouble being motivated, knowing the way you are, the way you're wired.
Well, you just got to find what makes you tick, right? And sometimes it's hard for players to look internally and figure out what that is. And so as coaches or teachers or parents, you know, it's our responsibility to find what that is in our children or players or students and bring it out of them.
Well said.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Lakers whipping the ball around now. Beasley the screen, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast-break teams from a season ago. The Lakers second.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against New Orleans. Ball against Rondo. And there's Chris. That's good on the assist by Paul. And now it's an 8-point Rocket lead. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Rondo kicks to Kuzma. And a little over 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. 6 on the shot clock. Beasley with it. Picked up by Nene. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Michael Beasley. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Ennis comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Harden in for Paul. Now, here's Capella. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Here's Gordon. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And it's Rondo penetrating. Now, here's Kuzma. He's guarded closely. Kuzma sets a screen. Here's Stevenson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
In that game against the Clippers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
First free throw is good.
And Lance Stevenson is focused. He's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
James checked in for the Lakers. All free throws good from Lance Stevenson.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Screen by Capella. Chris with it. He's picked up by James. In the corner, Harden. From the arc. It's good from long range. Harden's got 8.
And, you know, Harden is super reliable from outside the arc. He's got that sweet lefty stroke, and it's a thing of beauty to watch.
Back to Rondo. Inside. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from James.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Rondo against Harden. Rondo passes to James. Outside for Rondo. Offensive rebound. Nobody near Stevenson. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Now just a 5-point Houston lead. Rockets have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Here's the lob to Harden. He doesn't hit that one. The Lakers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. And the shot is good. And 11 points for LeBron.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Marquise Chris. Harden kicks to Capella. Gordon against Caldwell Pope. Left side, Gordon. A nice shot by Tucker.
And while Tucker is not a guy who always looks for his own shot, he has improved his jumper.
Caldwell Pope outside. Feeds it to James. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 4 assists now tonight.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Now here's Harden. 8 points for him. Outside Gordon. Back to Capella. Screen by Capella. Houston needs to get a shot. And here's Harden for 3. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. From deep LeBron. The Rockets pull it in. Tucker's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And, you know, he's yet to hit another 3 after nailing one in the first, but I don't think that's going to stop him from shooting. He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
James and the dunk by James.
Guys, when LeBron is scoring like this, as a defender, it's hard not to throw up your arms and say, I give up. It's so hard to slow him down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Rockets making a change here. Anthony's checked in.
What's up, gentlemen?
Free throw good, LeBron.
And really no better leader in the NBA than LeBron. The closest thing to a player coach we've had in a long time.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 8 over James. And he overshot that one, missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. The game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And the Lakers with another miss. The Rockets have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. It's stolen by Rondo, and even 3-on-3 break. McGee, the pass to James. Back to McGee, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time, liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
Tucker dishes to Gordon. Screen by Capella. Caldwell Pope against Gordon. Kicks it out to Harden. Good on the triple. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the bump.
Caldwell Pope outside. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. Some changes for the Lakers. Josh Hart comes in for Caldwell Pope, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. On defense, the Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Tall. No good on the 3. Houston leading by 4. A wide open look here for Anthony, and another 3 for Houston.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple, but he has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Ball, the pass to LeBron. Lays it up off the glass. James has got 16. Houston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Anthony sets the pick for Harden. The Lakers with the rebound.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
Ball kicks to Ingram. Back to Ball. Just 4 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. No good. He's missed half of his 14 field goal attempts. Lob pass to Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Terrific ball movement. Harden with perfect timing on the pass. That's often overlooked when the pass gets there. He relishes his role as distributor.
Lakers trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
LeBron with it. Now Anthony defending. Over Anthony. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one's on Anthony.
Shot, gentlemen.
The Lakers have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one calls for Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. The Rockets also changing it up. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Gordon. Both free throws good from James.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 13.
Boy, I tell you what, when Harden decides to turn it up, then you're turned out. It is a sight to see, folks. I mean, relentless, instinctive, tremendous night so far, folks.
It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from LeBron. I'd like to give a big thank you once again to Kobe Bryant for coming by, and feel free anytime to drop by and join our broadcast.
Thank you, man. It's been wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You know, Clark, thinking back on Kobe's legacy to the Lakers and how great of an impact he had in that team, very few players have that kind of relationship with the franchise.
And you know, Kevin, with free agency, it's getting more and more rare for a player to spend their entire career with one team as Kobe did with the Lakers. I have a special place in my heart for those kind of guys, a one franchise superstar. And not to begrudge guys for going elsewhere and playing for multiple teams, but it does certainly make it a little more special when you see guys the ilk of Kobe play with only one team.
And the future Hall of Famer loves to dish the rock. Paul has a pass-first mentality. He makes everyone around him better.
That's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Gerald Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. .35 seconds left in the first half. Kuzma with it. Picked up 24 points in their last one against Portland.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
24 seconds left in the first half. Harden up top.
An amazing performance he's putting on from three-point range here in the second quarter.
Ball against Paul. And Kuzma has it in the corner. 1 second left. He can't hit that time. And we've reached halftime in this one. Houston on top. They lead by 11. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We doing that, and we just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Well, thanks for your time, Carmelo. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. What do you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, what we saw from James Harden, absolutely crushed it in the first half. Using his size, power, quickness, but what really separates him, outstanding creativity with the ball in his hands.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
I think they're giving this game away because of their turnovers. I mean, you may not control everything that happens out there, but you do control how much you value each possession. I think coming out of the break, they need to be more efficient to close the gap in the score.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Rockets leading by 11. Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? You know, guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category, Kevin. It's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He gives great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides it and plays with such an exuberance and joy. You know, Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come in.
Yeah, great examples. Aldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. JaVale McGee is out there with Ingram, and it's Rondo in at point guard. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Anthony with the buckets.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Well, the big story in the offseason was LeBron's free agency. You knew that there would be a ton of rumors flying around about where he might end up. Honestly, I'm sure he's glad it's over with and can once again focus on the court.
And the first one drops. And for LeBron, it's really about the media circus, Greg, that surrounds him when he's a free agent.
And boy, it's hard because his free agency is the story in the NBA. Honestly, maybe the story in sports. The decision he made with this team completely shaped and shifted the outlook of the entire league. All other free agents and teams were just waiting to see what he'd do before the dominoes start to fall.
Well, in case anybody doubted it, the Lakers are still a premier destination for free agents. I mean, L.A. is L.A. Historically, the Lakers have done a good job making the most of the attraction of playing in L.A.
Now Ingram. James Harden missing on the three. Got it, and the Houston lead's been cut to just 11 on the basket from James.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
And the Lakers will seemingly always be a player in free agency.
Well, I think a big part of it is the appeal of the city and the glamour that comes with being in L.A., and not to mention the historical greatness of the franchise. I mean, the Lakers are a unique organization, not just in the NBA, but I think in all of sports.
The Lakers with the ball. It's a 13-point game. It is good. James has got 28.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Harden with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Pass to Paul. Screen by Capella. Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped.
Caldwell Pope showing us excellent timing there, using his length well on defense.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. He feeds it to Ingram. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Paul.
And these sorts of nights can happen. I mean, an extremely rough outing from him in terms of his efficiency. And at this point, the only thing you can hope for is to try to get into some sort of rhythm. Get a couple in a row, try to get to the free throw line, and build some confidence.
Rebounded by McGee.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
The drive by James. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker. Using that long reach, though, and finds it perfect.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Stevenson's checked in. And timeout called. Luke Walton has had enough. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's the guy, second-round pick, back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Back to Caldwell Pope. McGee a screen. 6 to shoot. Rondo passes to Stevenson. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded by Stevenson. And the wide open shot from Paul. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. And it's 8 points for Chris Paul.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
To the middle. It's stolen by Capella. Paul against Rondo. It's Harden with the drive.
Never Harden sprints inside. Man, I love it. Has so many ways he can finish near the basket.
Lakers trail by 16. On the wing, Stevenson. Rondo is screen on Capella. Back to McGee. And Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
Pass to Paul. Rondo with the steal. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Good.
Getting theirs before the defense gets set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of the transition opportunity.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Rockets.
Guys, how about all the second chance points they've been able to convert throughout the game?
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Chris, he's checked in for Houston. And that one falls for Ingram. And you look at James Harden, Coach Mike D'Antoni, and the Rocket front office. It really does seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think the alignment of the front office and coaching staff really in harmony. And a star in Harden, who's the best in the world at delivering in that system. Chris Paul, part of the mix, too. That's a pretty good fit, it looks like to me.
Now here's Ingram. 12 points for him. Here's Caldwell Pope. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Caldwell Pope's got 5 now.
I think it's important that Caldwell Pope makes these shots, showing real toughness, converting through contact.
Down low, here's Chris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists in the game. Lakers trail by 13. Rondo kicks to Ingram. To the paint. Out of hand on it. Passes it to Tucker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Rockets lead by 15. Paul against Rondo. He dishes it to Ingram. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. Rondo with a clean look. Good on the triple. Rondo's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And every now and then, Rondo will surprise you with the occasional triple, showing it off there with range.
Capella with a screen on Rondo. And Paul gets it to go in.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. Is this being a bigger part of the game now?
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game is extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by Chris Paul. Kuzma sets a screen. McGee is screen on Paul. Ball dishes to McGee. Good work defensively by Capella.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Kuzma sets a screen. Here's Hart. Los Angeles with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if there's anybody better than Chris Paul at starting the break. I mean, he initiates it quickly and turns defense into offense in a heartbeat.
Now, here's Stevenson. Back to Ball. To halt the run, Chris with the rebound.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
Here is Harden. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Timeout called the Lakers. And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. Guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Clint Capella. Kuzma passes to McGee. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
Anthony's shot is off. LA has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Hart kicks to Kuzma. And there's the pass to McGee. From deep. Offensive rebound. And Kuzma slams it in.
Active hands and really good energy pursuing the pumpkin there. Great hustle by Kuzma.
Houston leading by 23. Here's Chris. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, one of the things about Mike D'Antoni is that he's an excellent offensive mind, but he gives his players so much confidence His defensive reputation is not as strong, but with the Rockets last season, they actually were a lockdown team at times. D'Antoni answering those critics about not being a defensive-minded coach.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And D'Antoni back in the catbird seat after some difficult seasons with the Knicks and the Lakers.
Yeah, I love Mike D'Antoni. Love how he comments and interacts with the media and how he handles his team. He's got a team committed to shooting the long ball, and he gives his players a lot of freedom and confidence.
The Lakers making a switch here. James is checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Clark, you've always been a student of the game. You've seen a number of guys do a great job of changing styles as they've gotten older in the game.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch. I think about Magic Johnson. I think about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Right.
You watch these guys, and there are a number of other guys, too. I mean, those come to mind pretty prominently. But again, it's about a concession to who you are for real, not who you used to be. And I love seeing guys play more on the ground when they were high flyers earlier, or add a jump shot when they were drivers. Those are neat evolutions to see.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Now here's LeBron. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Anthony. He kicks it to Paul. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, for a small guy, you got to respect how calm Paul is inside. I mean, he knows he can get his shot over anybody, but he's got to be crafty and clever to do so. Good display of patience there.
Now here's LeBron. He has 30. Kuzma, that's good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Lakers. And a switch here also for Houston. Nene's checked in. Here's Green. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Anthony. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
James kicks to Beasley. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Ball. Hart the pass to Beasley. Kuzma sets a screen. Layup off the pick. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, we're over a year now into the Magic era of the Lakers front office, and Magic showed no hesitation shaking things up with trades, and I think he also did a solid job in the draft as well.
That free throw, no good. In this Lakers front office, I think almost every fan, Clark, would be pleased with the job they've done.
I agree. I mean, they didn't have a ton to work with and made the right moves. I mean, yeah, there were a couple of bumps along the way, but still ended up landing some outstanding free agents.
And the second free throw, good. Houston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Anthony against Kuzma. Anthony kicks to Gordon. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And Eric Gordon, top 3 in the league, and three-pointers made the last 2 seasons running.
Yeah, he's done it 2 years in a row now, making over 200 triples in a season while coming off the bench. Impressive.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Gordon.
Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
Now here's LeBron. He has 30. And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. And here is Paul. 16 points for him. Down low. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Paul. 21 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now, here's Ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Count the basket.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Inside, here's Gordon. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on LeBron James.
And, you know, when Gordon is healthy, he's extremely effective. I mean, he's a high-motor player who strokes it well from deep, actually strokes it well from everywhere.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good from Eric Gordon.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. LA's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's James, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
In the game, he shot 6 of 7 from the line.
And a lot of his points coming by way of the free throw.
I like the fact he's been dialed in. He's gotten into a nice rhythm, and he never got out of it.
Houston making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. Free throw drops for James. 20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, Green. Hands it from downtown.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
At the line for your Lakers, LeBron James. Taking 2 shots.
the first one falls. Both free throws good from James. 6 seconds left to play in the third. With 1 on the clock, again the Rockets score.
Ball not allowing the defense to dictate his shot selection. Excellent concentration from the back.
And so it's Houston, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. You've got Ennis. Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Green. Then there's Nene. And it's Clark in at the 4.
He is just self-willing his team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Outside, Green. He played for a small market team in Indianapolis, so difficult now for them to retain all-star level talent, or so it would seem.
Yeah, that's always been the case, Kevin, and I don't think that's changed much. You know, KD goes from Oklahoma City to the Bay Area. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward go from small markets to Boston, although Kyrie was traded. Gordon Hayward was signed as a free agent. I think it's just one of those inherent issues that will continue to be a challenge for some of the small market teams. That's why the draft and developing drafted players for those teams is so critically important.
So it's the Lakers now, following the 3 by Houston. They set the screen. Mikhailuk trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Green left side. The Lakers with the rebound. Mikhailuk, guarded by Green.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Pass to Ennis. Bobbed up there for Green. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
And James is solid at penetrating inside. Phenomenal at driving right to where he wants to go.
The Rockets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Houston moving the ball around. Nene setting the pick for Ennis. They kick it out to Green. Shot clock at 5. Nene setting the pick for Green. Off the pick. That one a little long.
And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
And that one's good. James.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Carter-Williams following the basket by LeBron James.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
To the middle, here's Zubac, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. That one is off. And in their own words, the Houston Rockets obsessed with beating the Warriors.
Couldn't quite get over the hump in the Western Conference Finals, but they gave the Dubs everything they could handle. Hopefully a rivalry that will continue to excite fans for seasons to come. Well, we know Luke Walton comes from the Warriors coaching system, was an assistant there prior to taking this Lakers position, and known for his sharpness as an offensive coach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Wagner, he's checked in for LeBron. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Timeout called the Lakers.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Pass to Wagner. Zubac's with it. Takes it off the glass. And with the Lakers wanting to play more up-tempo, it makes sense to have Walton guide the ship.
Yeah, I agree with you because he's knowledgeable, played on some really good teams, championship caliber teams. I think as he grows as a coach and as this team grows together, they could be quite a group.
Timeout called the Rockets. It always seems the coaches get fired a lot, and there's kind of the rotating names there. But the GMs who hire them stay in place. What's your take on that?
Yeah, you know, it's fairly complex, Kevin. I don't know if we have enough time to delve in it effectively here, but my initial feeling is every circumstance is a little different, and sometimes it's a little easier to move the coach than the general manager for whatever reason. But there should be more accountability for GMs, not just for who they draft, but also who they hire as coaches. So I'm mixed, but I kind of understand why sometimes the coach is a little more readily expendable.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Capella.
Boy, and Clint Capella, C squared, a late first-round pick in 2014, viewed by most as a project, but the analytics community ranked him highly. No surprise then that the Rockets snapped him up and they got a steal. They love the analytics approach in Houston.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And they're just playing fast and loose. Sometimes that'll burn you.
You know, can't afford these kinds of mistakes right now, Greg. It's as simple as that. They're making it hard on themselves.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for the Rockets. Harden against Caldwell Pope. Harden the pass to Paul. Kicks to Ennis. They set the pick. Passes to Harden. Fires from deep. Kuzma pulls it in.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. On the wing, Harden. Now the pass to Hartenstein. Harden has a wide-open look. Second chance effort. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
Gotta see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Pass to Hartenstein. There's a good screen. Dishes the ball. Connects from three-point range. Paul's got 21 in the game.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
Rondo kicks to Kuzma. Back to Rondo. Lays it up and banks it in.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Marquise Chris, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kuzma against Paul. Sinks that one from the post. Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Rondo passes to Ingram. Rondo with it. Chris Paul covering. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Rondo.
You know, guys, not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can get it done inside, too. I mean, the way he releases the shot, that extension he gets on it, makes it very hard to block. A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Rondo. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope kicks to Ingram. 6 to shoot. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
Already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, Greg, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
The Lakers shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Houston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Harden the pass to Hartenstein. And here's Chris from deep. And another 3 for Houston.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Kuzma can't get it to go. Houston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
You know, this is why they trust Paul to run the offense. I mean, he's so good at getting the ball to guys on time and on target.
Rondo kicks to Kuzma. Back to Rondo. Pass to Kuzma. Shot clock at 6. Caldwell Pope for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Chris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Beasley's checked in for the Lakers. Lance Stevenson comes in for Brandon Ingram. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. Gerald Green comes in for James Harden. The Rocket shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Paul against Rondo. Puts it up from 17, and Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 7 now in this quarter.
This is one of Paul's strengths to me. Very effective at taking advantage of any holes he sees in that in-between area on the floor.
Now here's Beasley. Pass to Kuzma. They set the pick outside for Caldwell Pope. Drills it from outside.
Crafty and smart, capitalizing off the screen. Caldwell Pope, as soon as he gets the pick, he's ready to shoot.
Park fast break fundamentals, centered the ball, run 2 wings on each side, have another guy set up from outside, last guy trailing. We don't see that much convention.
No, we don't, Kevin, and I'm chuckling because I know it grinds the gears of a lot of basketball purists, mine included.
2 shots.
I really don't like to see guys fan out to the 3 when the layup is readily available. It's part and parcel of how it's played now, but I think there's a balance. I think you should still be running for layups and use the 3 in transition, maybe in a delayed fashion versus the primary break fashion.
See a lot of turnovers, too, a lot of missed opportunities on the break these days.
Yeah, great point, Kevin. You're right. Guys trying to get that ball out to the 3 instead of taking the easy layup opportunity. Agree with you 100% there.
And no doubt, Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
Now, here's Stevenson. Banked in off the glass. Now, Green. The pass to Chris. Nene, the screen. Takes a three. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his third rebound tonight. Rondo against Paul. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Carter Williams is checked in. It's stolen by Ennis. Oh, and here comes Ennis all alone. It's blocked.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
Now, here's Kuzma. Outside for Rondo. It's stolen by Carter Williams. Here's Green. Commissioner Adam Silver believes, Clark, that the NBA will see its first female head coach sooner than later. What do you think?
I think it'll happen. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be sooner. I think it'll be a little time because the pipeline, I think, has to be established to where you have some candidates. And you very well could have candidates now that may not have coached in the NBA that could possibly move into a head coaching role. But I think the progression to that would require, I think, more female assistant coaches before there's a comfort level with moving in that direction from an owner standpoint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now, here's Green. Over Stevenson, and it's good, 2 points. Green's got 7 now in this quarter. LA's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And Green slams it in.
The windmill finish. Oh, that is nasty. How do you do?
Oh, finishes the play with utterly no regard for his own safety.
Boy, his teammates are just shaking their heads. I think he must have gave them a heads up on that.
And count it, this shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Kuzma not only has great skill, but his balance is so good. Even when he gets bumped around, he still finds a way to score.
And no doubt that the steal of the 2017 draft was Kyle Kuzma, taken 27th overall.
Hey, people get all hung up about where guys are drafted and how they end up playing either below or above their draft position. Hey, this thing is more art than science. We've seen it for decades. Guys fall, guys rise, and then production isn't commensurate with where they were drafted. Hey, more art than science. And Kuzma is a big-time baller. He just happened to be drafted later than he should have been.
Free throw good, Kuzma. With social media providing instantaneous news, Clark, players have to really watch what they say now before they hit the send button.
Yeah, you got to pause before you peck, and you got to pause before you post. That's one of the things I would tell.
Well said. Well said.
That's what I would tell guys when I was talking about this landscape that they're in. It's heavily scrutinized, and to the NBA players' credit, they've done a great job with social media. They're very visible. They're very accessible. They're well connected to the community through their platforms, but you do have to exercise some caution in how you go about your social media profile. Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Clark, a lot of great names to choose from, but who would you pick for your greatest Laker ever?
Wow, that's always tough when you have such a robust list, Kevin. I always start with Kareem whenever he's in the conversation because that guy was my idol as I grew up watching the game. So Kareem is there, Magic, Wilt, Shaq, Elgin, and Jerry West, and Kobe. That's too many, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Some great names there, though, Clark. You're right. Hard to pick just one.
And you know, it was clear early on that Kyle Kuzma is going to be a great scorer. He had no problem putting up big numbers in his rookie season. Many feel, and I'm with them, this is just the start. And he has plenty of upside in other areas of his game. This guy is all-star caliber in time.
First free throw is good. And with Kuzma, he is so ahead of schedule as a scorer, Clark. He's had time to branch out this development.
Yeah, he's got a nice game offensively. Boy, he does a little bit of everything. Handles it, shoots it, can score with or without the ball. Even at the end of last season, I think he focused more on acting as a playmaker for others, which adds to his versatility. The sky's the limit for this guy, Kevin.
Clark, if you were a general manager, and I think you'd make an outstanding one, during the pre-draft process in particular, a player has declined to work out for you. Would you still consider drafting?
Yeah, I would consider it. Again, there would be some extenuating circumstances. Why has he declined? What have we seen? Obviously, I'm hopeful that my scouting staff has taken a look at him, and I've seen the kid up close and in person and done my due diligence, so I've got a comfort level with who he is and what he can become. But I don't think the declining of a workout is enough reason to just dismiss a prospect that you like.
Now, Carter Williams. Michael Beasley missing on the three. Shots good by Green.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
Now, here's Kuzma. Back to ball. Now, here's Kuzma. Just 5 on the clock. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Houston gets called for the foul. Free throw good, Kuzma. He's off on the second. On offense, here are the Rockets. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
One shot. One shot, gentlemen.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
The Syracuse alum, Carter Williams, a combo guard with really outstanding court vision and excellent speed.
"11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kane setting the pick for Chris. Tucker with the ball. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You'd never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much with Chris Paul. Chris, a very convincing win, and that doesn't happen often in this league. So what do you take from this?
You know, one thing that our coaching staff keeps stressing to us every night is that it's about us. You know, so regardless of score, we got to continue to try to get better because we impose our will on the defensive end. The sky's the limit.
Well, the focus was there tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you later.